hello there, we're going to play Shadows of Brimstone, and we've got a rather silly fight coming up here in the Caverns of Cinder. This fine gentleman at the back is an Inquisitor with 29 health. I guess he has 2 sacred artifacts. He's going to be rolling 15 dice in combat, and yes, he's a zealot, so gets +1 damage on all its combat hits for each wound mark it currently has. And with 29 health, that's going to be just a little bit daft, isn't it? But we're going to give it the old college try. This is the Crimson Hand cultists' inner sanctum here in the Caverns of Cinder, which means we need to flip these growing dread cards now. Let's see what we have. Powerful dread. It takes all of your willpower to not simply turn and flee at the sight before you. Every hero must make a single willpower save. Alrighty. We do not want these to fail because it moves the darkness along. If I fail all of them, the darkness will escape, which would be a mercy at this point, I think. But, Randall, you make your 2 willpower saves, please. You pass both. And Sadie, you pass neither. You do have 1 grit. Well, if I was going to spend a grit, I would have just cancelled the card, so let's just go with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who cares at this point? We get another darkness card and another growing dread card. The darkness card is Forces Beyond Control. Appropriately enough, a Crimson Hand card. Immediately draw and play 1 darkness card for each hero in the posse. Well, there's 2 of us. Savage Attack. During the next fight, well, that's this one. Enemies are going to be -1 defense, but +2 combat and shots. I'm always forgetting Savage Attack, so let's update the cards. And just to remind you, the Lava Bats have a Charred Tail upgrade, the Lava Men have Flaming Fists, and as I've already said, the Inquisitor has Rokarl's Revenge. The other Darkness card, Terror from Beyond. Unspeakable evil lurks in the shadows that lay beyond the lighted gate. We're going to add a Night Terror in an ambush. Why not? Rawr. Here we are, so we've given the Night Terror the Savage Attack modifications and his elite ability is Transfixing Stare. So I'm only escaping from him on a 6 or better. We're not done yet though, are we? We have a Void Surge. The Darkstone you are carrying glows brightly as it burns to the touch with an Eldritch Fire. Well, that is no problem at all because it's all safely locked up in the tomb chest. Randall does have the Rune of the Traveller, so takes 1 corruption hit, which he passes. Keep it coming! The last growing dread card is Cosmic Insignificance, in which we stare into the void and contemplate our life choices. Every hero takes d6 horror hits. Any sanity loss from these hits is permanent. I think we'll cancel that one, so a grit each. Right, we can start the round now. Okay, Sadie, please hold up the old lantern. Very good. The Lava Bats have the initiative, so they are going to fly and surround our heroes. Alright, we've got a lot of attacks coming in. The Lava Bats have 6 combat dice each. I need a dice tray. We're going to try using this pretty box here. Okay, we've got 2 on Randall. 12 attacks total. Alright, that's 8 hits to defend against. It's quite loud, this box, isn't it? Might try something else. Well, that is 5 wounds. Alright, 12 attacks coming in at Sadie. Lava Bats are nightmarish, so Randall also needs to take 5 horror hits. So that is 3 sanity damage. 12 more attacks coming towards Sadie. Here we go. 9 hits to try and dodge. That's not very good. 6 wounds. She has her outlaw armor though. However, she still takes 5 wounds. Oof. Get them off me! Okay, it is our ambushing Night Terror next. He is targeting Sadie. 5 dice. That's one hit. Sadie dodges. Yes. Oops, I forgot the lava bat's nightmarishness, so Sadie needs to take 5 horror hits. 3 sanity damage. Alright, Sadie's going to activate, so we need to deal with the burning marker first. Yes, deal with the burning marker first. So she takes 2 wounds ignoring defense. However, she's on the same map tile as the Lake of Fire, so this is going to do an extra damage. Her outlaw armor might save her. No. And her feet are no longer on fire. Right, an intense heat check next for the 2 clothing items. She made 1 defense roll, failed the other. But she has her outlaw armor, which does not help. It's another wound. Right, she's on 10 wounds now out of her 16. What does she want to do this round? I know what she's going to do. Because she's a little bit nuts. She's just going to drop the gunpowder keg at her feet. Why not? Movement roll. No extra grit. She's going to drink the tonic. Gain the grit. Okay, she lights the fuse, drops the gunpowder keg. Let's see where it bounces. Alright, D3 bounces. Just the 1 bounce. Which way? 7, diagonally that way. Can it do that? Yeah, I think so. Kaboom! Who's it going to hit? Sadie and the Night Terror only. So sadly the gunpowder keg didn't bounce into anyone for the extra wounds, and then it just explodes like regular dynamite. Sadie, you can take 4 wounds. Will your outlaw armor protect you? Mostly 1 wound. The Night Terror takes 3 wounds. Right, and then there's some falling debris. It is 2 hits for everyone on the same map tile. Sadie, you defend against that falling debris. Randall, you take 2 wounds. The lava bat. After the defense subtraction, that is 3 damage, so the lava bat is crushed. And the Night Terror, what we got there, that's going to be 4 damage and 1 damage. 5 damage total. There we go. So, the gunpowder keg, it wasn't quite the room clearing experience I was hoping for. Sadie does get a little bit of XP. 65, I think. Night Terror, I apologise. You're missing a combat strike, because demonic force is in play, and you are a demon. So why don't you have another swipe at Sadie and miss? That's fine with me. Randall, you may activate now. 4th movement, well, you can stay there. And just open fire with the Colt Rifle. It has to be against adjacent enemies, but we'll see how we do. We have got 2 hits. Alright, both bullets into the Night Terror. That's 2 damage and 6 damage, so that's going to be nothing and 4 damage. And that puts the Night Terror on 10 wounds total, so why don't we make one of those Colt Rifle hits a corruption hit and add 3 damage, which takes it out. Boom! 35 XP. Wait, Night Terrors, they have terror, don't they, famously? So I need to give both of our heroes 2 horror hits each. Sadie fails both, and Randall passes both. So Sadie getting close to her limit. Alright, Lava Man next. He can't do much other than blob along. And then we'll move on to the Inquisitor. He will move here and then fire his Colt Rifle at who? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be at Randall. 1 Colt Rifle shot hitting on a 4 or better. He misses. So there we go. End of the first round. How do we feel? What do we think? Let's start a new one. Let's hold up the old lantern. And pass. Lava bats, they fly around, and 2 on each hero. Let's go. Right, 12 little bites on Randall. Hitting on freeze. 10 to dodge. Ooh, that looks a bit stinky, doesn't it? I'll spend a grit. 3 wounds, and they are nightmarish, so we need to make 3 horror hits. Failed all of them. 3 sanity damage too. I'll note they do have this side swipe ability, but there's no lava spaces near here, so we can ignore that. 12 attacks from the lava bats into Sadie. 9 to dodge. And 4 armor saves. 2 wounds in the end. So she's up to 13. 3 more wounds and she's down. Right, let's activate Sadie next. Her clothing check. She saved from the intense heat. Movement is free. I think we'll have her stay there. What do you think? And I think, actually, we're going to use the black gun belt and get in 2 extra shots with a gun. But what gun? I'm going for the plasma arc this time. Plasma arc and outlaw pistol. Alright, here we go. Yellow dice is the plasma arc, black dice is the outlaw pistol. Let's go! Let's spend Sadie's last grit to reroll these misses. Okay, 1 extra hit with the plasma arc. Alright, let's deal with the plasma damage first. So, she's going to target this lava bat, which counts as 2 hits for each hit. So, hit number 1. That very nicely explodes it. And then the splash damage is 1 hit on each surrounding enemy. So this lava bat takes 2 damage after defense. The Inquisitor takes 3 minus 1 defense, is 2 damage. And the Lava Man takes 3 minus 2 is 1 damage. Right, am I right in saying I can apply these hits in any order I like? Because I want to deal with the second plasma hit later and move on to the outlaw pistol hits. Right, so the critical hit I'm going to plonk onto the wounded lava bat. That will kill it. And because of my blood bullets, that will give me an extra shot with the outlaw pistol. Let's have a spin around now. What's that doing there for? And fire the other plasma shot into this lava bat. Again, it counts as 2 hits. That explodes it. Boom! And then 1 splash damage hit on the other lava bat. That's great. That explodes that one as well. Alright, she spins around again. The other outlaw pistol hit will plonk onto the lava man, dealing just 1 damage. And then we need to roll to hit with that bonus outlaw pistol shot, which misses. That's the end. She didn't do too bad there. Let's tot up the experience points. 120! Nice. Alright, Randall. I know Sadie was a little bit of a show-off there, but see what you can do. Activate. And yeah, have a grit. Right, we'll have Randall step in. Lava men have molten bodies, which means I need to be right up next to it if I want to score a critical hit with a ranged attack. And Randall's going to fire his cult rifle now. And there's a critical hit. I think we'll spend that grit we just gained to re-roll the 2 misses. Still 2 misses. What a waste. Right, damage. We will, of course, make this the corruption hit. So damage is going to... Oh, dear. I'm not having that. I'm spending my last grit. I don't care. Better. It's 8 damage. Minus 2 for defense. Right, the Lava Man next, I think. We're going to have... Well, he's targeting Randall, so his movement's going to bring him around here. It's not next to any lava, so it can't regenerate. And 6 attacks with its flaming fists, hitting on 4s. The 6 to hit is a burning touch. So we add a burning marker to Randall. Fortunately, he is off the lava lake map tile. Right, can he dodge? One of them. That's 6 damage from the flaming fists, so he's on 18 wounds now. He would be dead, however he's got his sacred artifact ability and he's hanging on in there. And our Inquisitor is targeting Sadie. It's an assault, so he fires his cult rifle first and misses. And then 15 dice in combat. Long live the Order! Now, he only hits on 5s, which is one saving grace. However, he rolled a bunch of 5s and 6s. So, Sadie needs to dodge these now. Alright, 4 go through, and the Inquisitor has Zealot, so he's doing 5 damage each, but Sadie's Outlaw Armour has Endurance 4. But still, that's 16 damage. Let's make some armor saves. That's 6 damage, that's enough to knock her down. But we have 1 revive token. Let's use it. I'm not done yet. That is the end of the round. Do we want to play one more round just to see if we can finish off the Lava Man? No, actually, we don't want to do that. Randall is burning. He's going to take 2 wounds whether he likes it or not, which is going to knock him out with no revive token. So, I think that's the end. We're going to flee here. Run away! Run away! This means the Goliath was summoned and rampages through the valley. Both of our heroes take an injury, and the next town is going to be smashed up good and proper. Okay, Randall, what happened? 9. Broken collarbone. There we go. Fantastic artwork, I know. -1 max grit isn't too bad, I don't think. We can live with that. Alright, Sadie. I thought it was going to be double 1 then. 7. Concussion. Nice straightforward one. -1 to initiative. 1 less dice roll on all skill tests until the start of the next adventure. Alright, let's travel. Now, I know the next town is going to be all smashed up, but I don't have much money to spend anyway. Sadie's got a bit, so I'm just going to head to a small town, which means 50-50 chance each of getting a travel hazard. So Randall on a 4, 5 or 6. Nope, and Sadie, yes. We also need to decide what we're going to do with the Cursed Void Crystals. Let's add a travel hazard. Yeah, I think going to 4 corruption points right now is pushing it a little bit. Alright, Randall, what have you found? 32. Plague Church. Approached on the road by a tattered figure in dirty robes, he tells you of a church nearby, beset by a plague of pestilence. Right, well, you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to pass on this one, especially since Sadie has a concussion. We can't actually make the 5 successes in order to truly help this church, and I don't want to lose any grit or pick up any extra corruption right now, so we will move on. Right, Sadie, where have you led us? 33. That is harried by hellbats. As the heroes move through the countryside, dark swarms of hellbats follow overhead, swooping down to terrorize them as they go. Here they are. Now, last time this happened, they made off with Randall's cult rifle, because the Rune of the Traveller is attached to it. Let's see what happens this time. Alright, so we have the tomb chest protecting those. We just need to roll a d6 for the Rune of the Traveller. He manages to keep hold of it. And Sadie, you don't have anything Darkstone related. Alright, we arrive at town. But what kind of town? 10, a river town. Alright, so we'll just set the town up and then end the session there. River towns always have a street market and a river boat. We also have a saloon, church, and frontier outpost. Interesting mix. And then, of course, the Goliath has tromped through at some point and destroyed 2 buildings. Alright, we'll roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the church is smooshed, and The Frontier Outpost is smooshed, leaving just the fun locations. Alright, so there we go. We did get away with our lives. That Inquisitor is still out there somewhere. I will have my revenge. But for now, we'll end the session there. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.